Hi there! As I see, my Botel Amsterdam video has a lot of views, but I'm aware maybe it is too long. Here I tell you the long story short about my experience at Hotel Botel Amsterdam. If you want to see the long version, I leave the link below. Keep in mind the next. It wasn't our first visit to Amsterdam. We actually love this city and have been there many times. In this occasion, we wanted to have a new experience in such an original hotel, with nice views and all. So I went to booking.com as usual, and I found this very nice room, good size, TV included, 2 beds, bathroom inside, totally private, as it was at the top of the hotel. 3 nights for almost 500 euros. I made my reservation, and I chose to pay there in the hotel because we still had COVID restrictions. So just in case, 2 weeks before the trips, with all my amusement tickets bought, the hotel tried to charge me 100 euros, and it couldn't be made because that card didn't have the money available. So I changed the card and they made the 100 euros charge. This charge wasn't expected, but I said, okay, let's do it. After the charge, the hotel canceled my reservation. It was terrible. I had everything ready for our trip and no hotel. Neither booking nor the hotel answered me about what happened. I called to the hotel and the receptionist only said, well, these things happen. Sorry, and she hung up the call. I had to call many times and they didn't take my call. When finally another lady took my call, she offered me another room. She said the only difference would be 4 beds instead of 2. I took it. When we finally arrived to the hotel, there was the rude receptionist that hung up the call. I asked her just to make sure that my room was private and not shared. So she said she wasn't sure this was possible. She was rude, sarcastic, as if she was doing me a favor. Not well trained, I will say. Finally, I got into our room and it was horrible. Small, no TV, 4 dirty beds with hairs at the bottom of the hotel. A nightmare to be there. It really meant a black big spot in our vacation. For our surprise, they made us sign that we were aware our belongings were not safe. So we had to use lockers and buy locks. 5 euros each, so we needed 3 lockers for our belongings. That was another bad surprise. To make it worse, the rude receptionist told me the locks vending machine was out in the street, and I went out looking for that. And they were not. They were part of the hotel, and they were inside the hotel. There were other issues like young people around doing weed at night, at the aisle, because of course, this kind of room is for backpackers who share rooms, not for families. In the end, it was the worst experience I ever had in a hotel. I don't recommend this Botel hotel at all. When I look back, I still say, it really was horrible. Could we call it a tourist trap? Share your own experience with me in the comments.